What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Glenn G.P. Piper, and
hi, I'm Christian soul artist, Shelia Piper.
And we are BDM Guru Music. Thank you for tuning into our channel. Before we get started, make sure you subscribe, make sure you hit that notification button so you can keep up to date on what is going on. Hey, listen, I have the opportunity of sitting with what I call one of the most creative persons that I've met. And then we just gonna freestyle this because I've been knowing this person over 20 years. Well, let's get right into it. So, first of all, Miss Shelia Piper, Christian Solar Shelia Piper, how you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. Thank you for asking me. How are you doing?
I am wonderful. This is new for both of us, because
it's a different kind of world.
We've been working together for a long time, and we've never really sit and just talk and talk about any of our records or talk about any of our music. We've done interviews with different people, but we've never really just sit and just talk to each other about each record. So moving forward, so we got a new record out. Mm-hmm. It's entitled The Love Soul Session Vol.1. As you can see, we are rocking the shirts, and of course, we always rocking the brand BDMU Group Music. So the Love Soul Session was released this year, September the 2nd, right? Mm-hmm. September 2nd. Oh, let's back up. We first released Love is a Beautiful Thing from that record. And if y'all don't know, Love is a Beautiful Thing is a single from the Love Soul Session Volume 1 that was released February 14th, Valentine's Day.
Of this year.
Why don't you tell, I know everything about your first record, but why don't you tell our listeners how you came up with Love is a Beautiful Thing?
Years ago, I was singing one of my sister friend's wedding, and I couldn't really find a song and that I really actually wanted to do, and the Lord pretty much just gave me that one. And I wrote it down, and of course, fast forward to now, I changed a few lyrics to kind of make sense for now. But that's really how the song actually got started. It was because I wrote it because one of my sister friends was getting married. Didn't want to do another person's song or another artist song. I just wanted to do something original, and the Lord just figured it out.
So how long ago was that?
Too long to even remember. She got married years ago. I know it's over 10 years.
Okay. Yeah. Fast forward, Love is a Beautiful Thing. We released it February 14th, and I'm asking you this. Do you think that it was well received by the public?
Oh, definitely. I mean, I want to thank everybody for checking out the video. The video is like, 100,000 views plus now?
100,000 views.
So I really think it's really actually, just wow. I didn't really expect that type of, if everybody watch it like that, because I was kind of feeling a certain kind of way about putting it out. I know, we had talked about it. But, you could talk about putting out songs, but then when you get ready to fast forward to put them out, you start thinking, but it's not fast, it's not high energy. I'm a Christian soul artist. I'm supposed to have some oomph to it. But I'm learning that songs are not like that. Songs have the time when they come out, when they're supposed to come out, or when you put them out, whenever they're supposed to come out. And this is just the time for Love is a Beautiful Thing just to come out.
Right. And I can piggyback on that because we used to, everybody that knows us, we used to bringing out high energy, funk type, full on the floor drumming, brass thumping songs. And so for her to come out and do something a little different, it really showcased the creativity and it showcases the variety of things that you can do. This is why we call it Christian soul, because soul music is so many things. Soul music, you got your you got your groove, you got your feel good music, and you also got your high energy stuff, which is the funk, the high energy, the brass, the earth, wind, and fire stuff. That all falls up under the soul genre.
Yeah, just because you put a song out like that doesn't mean to take away from your genre. Sometimes we have a tendency to think that you put out a song like, oh, what are the audience going to think, and what's this going to happen, blah, 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 blah. Like it's going to take away from who you are as an artist. It doesn't actually take away. It actually can accentuate and take you to that next level.
Because it was always a party.
It was always a party. It was always a party. I was a party. Yeah.
So moving forward, we released "Love Is a Beautiful Thing," and a couple of months later, first of all,
months later.
First of all, we started "Love Is a Beautiful Thing" just to release as a single, right? So I don't know how we got to the point where we was going to turn it into like an EP.
Well, it was when we got the Smooth Jazz Global.
Well, no, yeah, we got, but I think we was doing an EP. We
said we needed to do an EP anyway,
right?
Because that really wasn't the plan. The plan was we were supposed to be producing someone else. That was the plan, and then we just kind of sometimes we say we're going to do different things, and then the Lord will switch us up. And they said, this is the time to do this now, and then we'll switch up. Don't mean we're not going to do what we say we're going to do. It's just sometimes a timing thing. So we have to always go back and do this, and then come back around, go back to that if the Lord allows.
Right.
But yeah, we needed to, because I hadn't put out an EP in a while. I had not put out a record in a while.
Since the Are You Ready?
Yeah, since the Are You Ready record, which was pretty much 8 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And for those of you who are just following you, the Are You Ready record came out in 2014.
In September.
September 2014.
That's right.
And the signature song on that was Get Excited. And that's the hard thumping funk stuff that we're talking about.
That's
but we took a different approach on this particular record, because every song that we've put out has always been high energy and always been driving. And so to showcase the versatility, we came out with the Love Soul Session.
Now, I want people to understand that just because we did that record CD in 2014, we still were releasing music.
Right.
Because Let's Celebrate came out Come On Let's Celebrate came out in 2019. We had Let's Celebrate, which is a derivative of that. That single came out in 2020. Rest in peace, Sarah Cooks.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then.
But it was still on that same vein of
high energy. And then we came out with the Lord allowed me to Lord allowed us to write a song for James called He's Always There, which I was a feature, and they came out in 2021.
Speaking of which, between 2014 up until now, even though we wasn't releasing music personally, we was producing a lot of people.
Yeah, and then also don't forget No Fair Weather. Fair Weather.
Yeah, we did No Fair Weather.
We did No Fair Weather. Hip hop,
remix.
Yeah, remix with No Flesh.
And
Earl White.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was released 2018.
Well, I think it was 2017.
No, that's 2018, because I remember it went on the platform. It was on Dallas platform. And I asked him, I said, why is the song number one? He said, yeah, the people love the song.
Yeah. And
I was like, great. Because we didn't release the actual video until 2019.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so
y'all go check that video out. Yeah. It's on our channel. Go check that No Fair Weather Friend video.
Yeah.
For all you 90s hip hop lovers, I think you appreciate the vibe and the essence that we captured in there.
Yeah. So we just still been working, and I'm also producing other people as well.
Right. So let's talk about the Love Soul Session Volume 1. So let me see how I want to answer this, because I want the listeners to hear from you. So, what was the process? I know the process of getting the songs together and actually choosing the right songs for the record. But I want the listeners to know from you the process that we go through when we put the songs together or we choose the songs for record.
Well, Love is a Beautiful Thing was already on that record. We knew that one was going on the record. We talked about putting Single Lady on there. Single Lady is another song that was written some years ago. That was probably one of my first ones the Lord gave me years ago.
That came from the very first record that she released, which is The Story Told Twice, according to Shelia.
That came out in 2008. 2008, 2009, something around that time.
Yeah, I think we rebranded it.
Yeah, we had to rebrand and everything else. Yeah, that song is on there, but we just decided to put Tyreek on it. We talked about putting him on it.
Yeah.
And to make it more modern for 2022 and going forward. I wrote 3 songs on the record. There was another song called In Time. Mm-hmm. That song was written years ago too, just like Love is a Beautiful Thing. Just like Single Lady. It's not as far back as Single Lady. I think Single Lady is like the oldest song on the record. Right. I mean, songwriting wise. Mm-hmm. But just because you write a song years ago doesn't mean that you're going to put it out right away. Sometimes the Lord will hold it and then it comes out later. It could be 10 years plus before the song comes out.
So speaking of which, let's stay there right for a minute. Just like Love is a Beautiful Thing. What was the thought process behind In Time?
In Time,
and what I'm asking is, where were you, and what place was you in your life when God gave you the lyrics to that song?
Just believing, when you have a dream and you just believing to get where you want to be. And the Lord just pretty much gave me that song that everything's in timing. I think sometimes people just think things is just supposed to happen. No, it's a time. The Bible says there's a season of time for everything under the heavens. So it's a seasonal thing. Everything is seasonal. So, and when it came out, I never would have thought it would come out now. That it would be the record for now. Because the song was written years ago. And I'm like, how is it going to be perceived? And I tell you, it's been perceived pretty well. Because when the record dropped, people was calling me and texting me and said, this record right here. I mean, what were you thinking about?
And I think I want to go back to what you said. Things happen in time.
Yeah, it's a time.
It's a time for everything, and especially with everything that's going on right now in the world. I think it's a time for that particular song. Moving on, then we got. So you wrote 3 songs.
And you wrote 3.
Did I write 3? Or maybe 2.
Maybe 2 of them.
Maybe 2. One of them was like I guess. So Better Days, which is the first song. Well, no, the second song on the record, which you didn't really like it.
That's the problem with the song.
Hey, we're gonna keep it transparent. She did not really like the song.
I had the problem with the song. I didn't want to really do the song, and but I had the same issue with Get Excited. A lot of people don't even know that they like it. They love Get Excited, but when I tell them I didn't want to do it, they was like, "What?" They get like this. They look at me strange, like, "What do you mean?" Well, because I just, I guess because my writing's different, and at the time I just didn't want to do it, and I didn't know how it was going to go, and the Lord was speaking to me about I'm going to help you with this. Just get it. We're going to get it done. We're going to get it done. And
I'm gonna say this. when you have a person that used to writing all the time, and that's almost like you're used to a certain way and you do it so well, when somebody else come in and write something, it's an adjustment, but she adjusted well to it, and it's like one. Now, I think it got on a couple of charts, It's
on the charts now.
Yeah, it's on the charts now. And so it's doing really well. But thank you for your open-mindedness. and not shutting it down.
Because, oh my goodness. But shout out to everybody who's really playing it.
Right.
Who's actually playing it. I know so many people got it in Sydney, Australia. It's everywhere. So many different places. It's in Sweden. It's overseas. Spain. They have it in Spain.
Amsterdam.
Amsterdam is a lot of places. Soul Strutters, thank you so much for being the first one to even do a blog on the EP when it first came out. We really appreciate you. Just so many, everybody, even the supporters, listeners, everybody who's streaming it, listening to it, we really appreciate the love, and we want to know, we thank you for that. Yeah, it's when you're picking songs for a CD, for EP, they just have to go together.
Right.
And so Better Days just fit after I got over my little thing about it. I kind of like the song now. It kind of has a little pizzazz. It kind of works. It works a lot.
Y'all hear that, y'all? She said she kind of like the song. It's grown on her.
It's grown on me a whole lot. It's grown on me a lot. So yeah, I like it.
Right. And moving forward, so there's another song that I wrote called Anything Is Possible. So now, she didn't really have any problems with that one as much as she did Better Days. So what do you think about, and I've never asked you this before, but
Anything Is Possible?
I'm gonna go out on a limb.
You know what? I like the track because it's so, not saying that Better Days wasn't soulful. It has its place, but something about Anything Is Possible. And Better Days resonates with people, and it resonates the words as well. But it was just something about the groove of Anything Is Possible. The groove, maybe, and then it probably it was also the last song on the EP too. So yay, I do it to get it over with. No, I'm joking. It's a really nice song. Mm-hmm. The way you arranged it, the way you put it together, the timing is a little different on it, kind of syncopated.
Yeah.
For my musician friends out there, but you got to know when to come in on it. But I like it. The groove is there, and it's like and I didn't know how people was gonna receive it and perceive it, but we got hits on that too. People was like, "This track is awesome." So,
I think that's every song that you put out.
Yeah.
When you release, and for me, it's always used to be okay. How people gonna receive it?
Yeah, how they gonna receive it?
Are they gonna like it? Are they gonna give it?
Yeah.
But you just get to a point where if God give you music, you just put
it out. Yeah.
And it's gonna go to the areas that it needs to
because you can't always because if you do that, you'll never put out anything.
Well, you'll always become a cliche.
You'll always become a cliche.
Trying to chase. Okay,
what you did before.
Let me do this sound.
Yeah.
Let me do that.
Yeah, and that's not it. Because it's whatever you put out and the Lord gives it, it's still gonna be in your resume.
Right.
It doesn't go anywhere. Get excited is still there. If I want to pull it out, I can always do it. Let's celebrate. If I want to pull it out, I can always do that song. Better Days. They don't go anywhere. They just kind of stay there, and so you still can use them when you want to use them.
So what do you say to people? And I know certain artists run into this. Like, so you have that signature song in the set, and so what do you say if like the fans always want to expect you to sing that one song, or to have that certain style all the time?
Oh wow!
Because I know people run into that all the time. You might have some fans say, "Well, it's a good song, but it ain't this."
Yeah, but to me, you're making music for them. But it may be somebody else who may need the one that you have. Don't get me wrong. Get Excited was wonderful. It opened a lot of doors, and I thank the Lord for talking me into doing it. My wonderful husband wrote that song for me. So,
thank you.
And I thank you for that. But other songs work too.
Right.
And so you don't want to minimize somebody else, with what they may be going through, what they may need.
Right.
Because I want to stay on something I want to stay on, just to try to still, get that groove off the last one. No, it doesn't work like that. If you are an artist, you have to be able to be, I like what the word says, in and out of season. When it says in and out of season, is whatever is needed at the time.
Right.
If Love Is a Beautiful Thing is needed at the time, okay, we're gonna release Love Is a Beautiful Thing. If Single Lady is needed at that time, and you got different radio stations who are rocking that right now, then we got to put that out. So it's about timing. Everything is about timing when you release and what song is needed and things like that. So now you can't box a person in by telling them, well, this is great, because an artist has to grow. you know, and they don't grow being in the same place and same stagnant.
Exactly.
And that's seasoning. Maybe that worked for them. That, like I said before, if you go check that artist out when they do a live show or something like that, they can always pull that record out. It's not like they buried the record and they never gonna do it again. It's just that right now this song is what is needed and what takes precedence, and we got to go with that with this song.
So that's good. That's good. So what do you hope the listeners and everybody get from this current record, the Love Soul Session? Well, let me say what I pray because it's a lot of different things that's going on in the world, a lot of negativity, a lot of distraction, especially on social media. And so I pray that God's love come in and fill that void or whatever that's going on in your life, that he step in and calm whatever is going on, because it's, like I said, it's a lot that's going on. We just had a situation. We're not gonna get into it, but we just had a situation a couple of days ago where you know, I think it was some but we'll talk about that later on another episode. But I said all that to say that whatever you're going through, it's gonna take God to get you through it, you know, because you never know. People get pushed to the point, you know, they can be stressed out, whether it be a job, whether it be a co-worker, and with so much negativity being pushed through social media, through media, negative energy. Mm-hmm. You know, there has to be a difference. There has to be a balance. It's got to be a balance. So this is why we put out the Love Song Session, you know, spreading love, positive vibes.
And shout out to Kanita. I mean, my sister Kanita.
Right, Kanita.
How she rocked the journey.
Yeah.
And what she said on the journey was something that was so amazing, and it was so needed. You know, like you said, what God has for me is for me.
Right.
You know, I think people need to recognize that. I always say this all the time, that if you're looking for someone else's success, you're going to be very, very disappointed. You have to walk into your own. The Bible says he will lead you to your wealthy place, not someone else's. You can't be looking at somebody else's and wish you had what they had or whatever the case may be. You just have to walk in your lane, because only the Lord knows what you can handle and what you cannot handle. Because you get on that side, like, you know, and say, hey, you know, I want to do this, but it may be a burden to you.
Right.
I learned the difference between a burden and what's a blessing. What if it's a blessing? If it's a blessing, the Lord give it to you, it's a blessing. But what you don't want it to do is become a burden, because you're too busy trying to be like someone else. You have to walk in your own path. And I think sometimes that's difficult, because you see everybody else with this and that, and look at them and think, okay, well, you're just as important as them. Sometimes that's hard to rationalize in your mind, because you figure, well, you know, they got this and they got that, and they're successful because of this and that. But, you know, okay, but you have to use what you have. Right. And don't minimize what you have, because you don't have maybe what they have. You know, you have something special too. So if the Lord tells you to use it, you know, what's in your hand, you know, use what's in your hand. So that's why I love the journey. So thank you, Sis Kanita. I love it.
And with that, y'all, we're going to wrap this up. One more thing. Any encouraging words for any independent artists, or just people in period, in general, that you want to leave with the listeners?
You know, there's a part in Love is a Beautiful Thing that says, love others, smile and laugh. God will be your light. And now is the time for us to not, you know, we know we're in life and stuff like that, and we're doing life, and praise God, we got to live every day, and God gives us grace to live and stuff like that. But don't forget about your loved ones. Don't forget to say I love you. Don't forget to say just enjoy your life. You know, you only get one life to live, and so you love your people that's in your circle. Hang around with people who encourage you, not tolerate you, and just be the best that you can be to people. You know, be the best that you can be. You know, and that's pretty much it.
And that's a wrap. It's said and done. Once again, thank y'all for tuning in. I'm Glenn G.P. Piper. This is my beautiful wife, Shelia Piper, and we're the BDMU Groove Music brand. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification button. We're going to be coming to you with more videos. Thank y'all and have a blessed day.